Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. Now, if you're a regular viewer and you've been around the last few days or so, you probably know that I've done a few live streams. I've tried to do them around about midday, and I'm just getting to grips with it. I'm not very good at it at the moment, and when I did the one yesterday, towards the end, it was suffering because I'm not quite sure actually. It was either my internet connection or the fact that my computer had just gone incredibly slow, and it's something I need to sort out. Also, I had this idea that I do midday UTC every weekday, and suddenly remembered today that I'm never here on Tuesdays because I always go out Tuesday lunchtime. So it's not going to happen today, but I am considering doing a live stream later on tonight. So if you've got any preference for time, just leave the time down in the comments below. If you quote it in UTC, then we know where we all are. I'm thinking something like 7 p.m. UTC, which is also the same as 7 p.m. UK time. I think that might be a good time, or even one much later when everyone's gone to bed, sort of like 10 p.m. or something. I think that might be quite fun as well. But let me know in the comments down below, because I think they've been quite good, because even though each one's only had about 10 people there, we've had quite a good discussion. Well, I say discussion, it's me talking and then me responding to the comments, but it seems to work quite well, and I like it. And they seem to get a reasonable amount of views as well, which is great. Okay, so that's that. Yesterday in the live stream, I was talking about CME gaps, and I also tweeted about that as well. Now, I actually put the tweet out at the beginning of the weekend, and at that point in time, the price of Bitcoin was right down here. A lot of people were saying that it had filled this CME gap from November, but it didn't. It was about $60 off. So to me, that hasn't filled. And then as well, we had this kind of area here above us. And I was thinking, well, okay, well, it's going to go one way or the other. And then, of course, we got that massive, great big $10,000 pump from Donald Trump doing whatever he did on Sunday. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Anyway, so the price went all the way up and then came all the way back down. That left a massive CME gap, and now if we look at the chart, you can see that entire pump and the entire CME gap has now been filled. Okay, what isn't filled is this one here. So to me, I think the price has got to come down to 77,200. Now, to make everything equal, let's use the actual CME chart. Okay, so I had these yellow boxes here on the CME chart to show you where the gaps were. So this one here now is filled, so that one can be erased. This is the CME level here at 77,200. So to me, it's got to come down to that level there. Now, as you can see here, we've got the VRVP on here. This is the visual range volume profile. This kind of shows you where the activity was, as the price was going up and down. And, you can see, for example, this little nodule there of up and downness there gets represented by a little bump there, and then like a lot of activity there gets represented by, this sort of thing here. So I can see these kind of nodes, if you like, at levels like 67.3 and 61, which are considerably lower than where we are now. So all I'm saying is I don't think it's going to go much further south than, say, this one here, 67.8, but it could easily come down to 60.9. I think if it goes that far, though, I think we're probably looking at the end of this cycle for the moment, and maybe we won't see higher prices until the autumn. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I mean, to be honest, if we do go much lower, then I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, I'm quite happy to trade, smaller prices and just, get on with it that way. And then when it goes up, for real one day, goes up to 120 or so, I'll think about cashing out. And this has made me think quite a lot about Bitcoin, is the fact that I should really stop being so kind of precious about the price of it, because I don't really care, really, as long as I can extract money from it when I need it. And at the moment, I don't particularly need the money, but I'm willing to sort of trade it backwards and forwards to increase the amount of Bitcoin that I've got. So I don't really care what price it's at, to be honest. Now, that's obviously not going to be the case if you're just buying it and holding it and then hoping that it will double in value in the next few weeks. That's a different situation altogether, which is why I do like trading, to be honest, because it takes away that emotion when the price goes down. So if you are interested in trading, there are various places that I'm trading at. So this one here is ByBit. ByBit is available worldwide, but not in a few countries. For example, you can't use this technically in the UK or the US. I'm using it in the UK because I'm using a Palo ID for the KYC rather than using my British ID or my French ID. But yeah, ByBit I've been using for a long time. I really do like it, actually. It's probably my favourite exchange. The disadvantage about ByBit, though, is you don't have that hedge mode in inverse perpetual Bitcoin, which means you can't have a long and short position open at the same time if you're using Bitcoin as your trading asset. If you're using USDT, you can, but not inverse perpetual. So there is that. BitGet I've been using for quite a few years now. BitGet is available in lots of countries, but at the moment they restrict the use in the UK. I don't think you can do leverage trading in the UK with BitGet. I use it in the UK because I've got a Palo ID. So effectively I'm a sort of digital nomad rather than a UK citizen. If you haven't got those sort of IDs, or you live in a different kind of country, you can use Blofin as well. Blofin's available in lots of countries. However, in certain places like the US, you might need to use a VPN to get on there, but you don't have to prove who you are. You don't have to show them any ID. You just need an email and a password. And if you don't want to use a VPN either, you can use BitUnix, which you can use in any country in the world except China, Iran and North Korea. I actually really like this exchange, but obviously to me it makes sense to use the big ones like ByBit. And I really like ByBit, especially as they had that hack or whatever it was the other week and they lost like $1.4 billion. And the service was pretty much uninterrupted. Incredible. To me, that's a very solid exchange. Now, to make things easier for you about the services that I use, I've put them on my website, which is called savewith.crypto.org. And if you go to this bit here where it says exchanges, you'll see, I've said ByBit, a superb exchange where you can use it, BitGet, Blofin, BitUnix. Those are the ones I've just showed you. And I've also listed some other services that I use occasionally, like Phemex, Hotcoin and Weeks. And I've also put Swissborg and Crypto.com here, which are more like an interface between normal money and crypto. So they're handy too. In tools and services, I put things like TradingView, which is a charting tool that I use. That link gets you money off. And I've got various other things here that I use, including the Stonksy indicator and the Palo ID. The Palo ID, if you go to that page there, you can order your Palo ID for $248. And then you can pretty much do whatever you want anywhere in the world. And I put my socials here, YouTube, X, the blog on this site, and the Telegram group that is, of course, free. So go to savewithcrypto.org and just check out what I've got there. I think you might find it useful. If you want to click Get Informed here, you can see a lot of the blog posts that I've done recently that are all quite informative and interesting. All sorts of things there. If you want me to write anything about anything, then let me know and I'll make a blog post for you. How's that? Now, just before I go, I was just going to show you about Stonksy. So Stonksy is this indicator here. There's a link to it on savewithcrypto.org or you can just go to savewithcrypto.org/stonksy, STONKSY. Now, as well as this being an indicator, it's also now a bot as well, which you can use with Blofin. So if you put the indicator on the chart on TradingView, it shows you these kind of like red patches and then also the green patches. And what the bot is doing, it's literally just going long when it goes green, and it's going short when it goes red, and when the background changes, it comes out of the trade. What it missed, I must admit, the other day was this great big pump up here. However, last night it did catch the short. Now, I haven't got the bot set up myself, I need to do that, but it would have entered a short at 86,040, about there. And at the moment we are down something like nearly 3%. I believe it uses 3x leverage, so you would have actually made 9% overnight without doing anything, which is quite cool, isn't it? So if you want to check that out, please do go to savewithcrypto.org/stonksy. So what will today have in store for us? Well, I think what might happen is we might go up a little bit over the next few hours, and then when it gets to 2:30 UTC, when the New York markets open, we'll dump like we always do at the moment. Now, I'm going to be out for lunch, but I'm probably going to be back for New York Open. So if you leave any questions and comments down below, I'll be answering those at around like 2:30, and then I'll be around to watch the New York Open. But as far as the live stream goes, I think I'll probably do it later on tonight, but let me know what would be a good time to suit you. And to be honest, if just like 2 or 3 people come up with a suggestion and it's a time that suits me, we'll go for that tonight. Okay, all right, hope you found all that useful. My name's Save with Crypto. Please do like, subscribe, check out all the links and stuff on savewithcrypto.org. There's things like a free Telegram group here that you can join. You can follow me on X, YouTube, look at the blog. Then you've got all these great services as well there. And with every single link here that's not directly to do with me, there is an advantage in you using that link over going straight there. So you will get a benefit from everything that's there. Cool. Okay. Did I say like the video? I think I did. So make sure you like the video, and above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
Save with Crypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet. If you cannot find someone to do your own research, you must do it yourself, just like I did not.